One example I can give you about callousing your mind, about doing things that make you uncomfortable. I Googled the 10 hardest races in the world, and what came up, number one, was this race called the Badwater 135. I thought it was a race where you ran like 20 miles, set up a camp, and then ran 20 miles the next day. So I called the race director up. He said, David, to qualify for my race, you have to do 100 miles. And I said, 100 miles in a calendar year? He said, no, 100 miles in 24 hours or less. He goes, there's a race on Saturday. And I called him up on Wednesday. It was at 4 days for me to get ready for this race. He said, if you qualify, if you do 100 miles, 24 hours or less, I might consider you my race. Went out there, got to mile 20, wasn't feeling too bad. Around mile 30, I started feeling my shins starting to get extremely sore. And I started to develop stress fractures, shin splits. I started feeling the metatarsals in my feet starting to break at around mile 50. By mile 70, I was totally destroyed. And I sat down in this blue lawn chair, and I literally couldn't stand up. I was discolored, I was pale. I was in the worst shape of my entire life. I'd been in 3 hell weeks, Ranger school, and this was the worst situation I've been in my entire life. I thought I was literally dying. And I had to make this enormous thing small. My dizziness went away after about an hour. I got to mile 81. They said, you're not gonna make the time. I had 24 hours and I was going so slow, taking so much time. This is when I realized, once the mind knows you're not gonna quit something, it's gonna try to find more. My mind and my body and my spirit became one for the first time ever. And I went to a level that I never thought was humanly possible for myself or anybody else. And I ran 19 miles, did 100 miles, I actually did one more mile. I did 101 miles in 18 hours and 56 minutes.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner, that my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for. Every single day of my life, maybe I destroyed the game, or maybe you're just making excuses. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.